Good morning, everyone. We are coming to you live via Facebook streaming, YouTube streaming, and also via Skype. Each one of you is welcome to this live streaming from our studios in Trinidad. Sutras of Vigyan Bhairav Tantra. Without witnessing, you are blind to consciousness. Today is the last day of this year. Each day is like a leaf on the tree of time. It has turned yellow, it has fallen, and when it falls, it does not vanish. Instead, it fertilizes the next moment. Just like the leaves that fall from the tree, turn yellow, fall from the tree, and nourish the plant. So too, the day that has fallen from the tree of time will decompose and nourish the next leaf of the time that will grow on the tree. Without witnessing, you are blind to consciousness, a dream within dream. You are not only a dream. Have you ever noticed that there is a dream within dream? In the dream, you are dreaming that you are going to sleep. You lie down on the bed. As soon as you lie down on the bed, you fall asleep and you are dreaming. And this process of dream within dream can continue. I have heard of a Chinese story. The story is very important, very relevant, and it has been narrated for centuries. It says that a wood cutter was cutting wood. By lunchtime he was tired, so tired that he went to take a short nap. He dreamt of a hidden treasure buried nearby. He went and dug up the place to confirm that treasure was buried under the ground. There was just a little bit of dust. The pot was full of gold and diamonds. He thought that during the night he will return to collect the treasure, as it was risky at that time. Now, the man was poor. For identification, he stuck a piece of wood in the ground and returned home. When it was dark, he went to the place. On reaching there, he found the piece of wooden stick intact, but the treasure was missing. Surprised, he returned home and narrated the entire story to his wife. He told his wife that he is unable to decide if he really saw a dream or not. The stick is still there in the ground. This is enough proof that he did not dream. It was a reality. And also the pot was there because the spot where the pot was is empty. It is enough proof that someone has taken away the treasure. The wife said, "Definitely you would have dreamt that you went in the night, you saw the stick there, and the treasure was missing. Go to sleep now." That very night, another person also dreamt the same treasure. He saw a woodcutter leaving a stick there as mark of identification. When he woke up, he ran to the place. He saw the stick. He dug up and found the treasure, brought it home. He told his wife that he is not sure that if it is dream or reality. Whatever be the case, I have brought the treasure home. This certainly proves that I was not dreaming. I saw the woodcutter sticking the wood. That is why I went and found the treasure. The wife said, "Treasure is clear. And this is certain that you saw the woodcutter sticking the wood. It is not safe to keep the treasure now. It is better to inform the king and let him decide." The man was honest. He carried the treasure for the king. By then, the complaint of the woodcutter also reached the king. The king got worried. The king said, "Whatever be the reason, one thing is certain, both of you dreamt." And he divided the treasure among the two. That night, the king told the entire incident to his wife. The wife said, "Definitely you would have dreamt. Now go to sleep." 3 people. This is an important story in China, and for thousands of years, people contemplate who actually dreamt, the woodcutter or the man or the king. People contemplate. Something like this happens in life of each one of you. Whatever happened was dreamlike, and it becomes difficult to decide if the wood was really stuck. At the time of death, everything appears on the screen like a dream as well. This is how our life goes on. Those who have known say that everything is a dream. Dream of open eyes. This is dream because there is no connection between dream and that which is. The word is used daydreaming as well. This is the state of the feeling in between. It does not matter if you have seen with open eyes or closed eyes. The dream symbolizes that it is now, but it will not remain the same later on. So is the nature of life as well. One moment it is there, the next moment it is no more. And there remains, thoughts continue to flow in a dreamlike state. I have heard about Meher Baba, a mystic who lived in the city of Pune in India. He had been practicing silence for long. He happened to be in the United States in 1936. So some of his disciples brought a man who would sit down in front of you with his eyes closed, and whatever thought process is going on within you, he will start narrating. So they brought this man in front of Meher to make sure that if there is any thoughts arising in his mind or not. The man sat down. He made a lot of effort to read the thoughts that was going on in within Meher. He tried again and again, and he found that he was not able to narrate any thought. Then he said, this man does not think anything. There are no thoughts arising in him. And when no thoughts arise, that is the state of witnessing. Even that is a state post witnessing. If you start witnessing whatever is going on within, when a thought process begins, like a daydreaming, if you are witness to it, then slowly and slowly that dream sequence will vanish. Otherwise, the life will remain a dream. One moment it is there, and next moment it is no more. In this dream, there is still another dream. The dream is your ego, your identity. You consider yourself as the doer in all dreams. Can you ever recall a dream where you were not a doer? You consider yourself a doer in all the dreams. The whole world sees your dream. Only you are unable to see it. Unless witness arises in you, you are really blind to consciousness. And there is dream within dream. This strengthens the feeling of a doer. The world of finiteness creates this feeling of the doer. You remain a dream within a dream. The day you will hear the footsteps of death, the identity dissolves. How can you save yourself from death? If the outgoing breath does not come in, what can you do? Then you realize that you are helpless in front of death. Therefore, you try to forget the reality of life. And when you forget the reality of life, your identity, your ego sense cannot hurt. Wise, remember death. Death brings ego or your all identities to its natural end. Your identity may be this or that, but the death knows no identity. Death does not come to a rich man differently than to a poor man. It happens one way to all, irrespective of your religious, social, and other belief system or lifestyle. If you aspire to attain to oneness, then always remember the footsteps of death. The wheel of time, the time is fleeting, goes on fleeting, goes on mopping as it rolls. There is no greater truth than death. The outcome of this truth is dissolution of ego. If you die to this moment, the ego sense, the identity with this moment that you are cherishing and you want to carry in the next moment will not be there. So every moment, if you die to this moment, only then you are refreshed. If you continue to think and remain in a dream-like state, that dream that you have dreamt now, the dream that you are contemplating, if you remain in the same dream, then you cannot be refreshed. You look at your face, dull, no light, no freshness. So with death, the past moment dissolves into the next, fertilizes the next moment. The outcome of this truth is dissolution of ego, your identity. When you begin to see ego clearly, ego decomposes. The awareness of death is the antidote for your identities, your ego sense. The moment ego vanishes, you realize that he is the ultimate doer. You are simply an instrument through which things are happening. You are not doing anything. You are simply an instrument. God goes on seeing and caring for you. However, because of your ego, you cannot see all that he is doing. This is strange. Try to understand this. Nanak says he can see the trinity of the creator, the sustainer, and death. However, none of these can see him. This is significant for each aspirant. You can see the finite world with your own eyes, and the seer that is hidden within you sees through your eyes, but your eyes cannot see that. Your eyes are simply an instrument. When an light falls an image, it creates, and the eyes, the aperture opens, image is formed, and you see. You can touch the entire world with your hands. Can you? But your hands cannot see the seer within. The one that touches, the one that sees. The Trinity, the Hindu Trinity, are Brahma, the creator, Vishnu, the one who preserves, and Mahesh or Shiva that destroys, are three eyes or three faces. These eyes can see the world, but these cannot see that which is hidden behind everything. That which is hidden within you remains beyond your reach. That can only happen when there is witnessing. You can see that only when your eyes close to the outer world. That is why meditation is given importance. To move within all avenues of your consciousness, to move outward has to be changed. Consciousness is not moving outward. It has changed. These three, the creator, the sustainer, and the destroyer, are the ways for your consciousness to move outward. Your consciousness, when it moves outward, it creates something. You create a design, you create something, then you sustain it. There are many beautiful and meaningful stories It is said when Buddha attained to enlightenment, Brahma the creator came and bowed down to Buddha. Bowing down his head at the feet of Buddha, Brahma expressed desire for awakening knowledge. Nanak is pointing out towards this: a man of wisdom is higher than even your Trinity. Hindus have Trinity of Creator Brahma, Sustainer Vishnu, and Mahesh or Shiva the Destroyer. Christians have the Trinity of Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. This is Trinity. But the one who is awakened is beyond the Trinity. As long as your focus is on three, you cannot know that which is hidden within, behind the three. You have five sense organs. Through these sense organs, you enter in the outer world of objects and beings. Through the eyes, you see something. Through the nostril, you smell something. Through the air, sound waves enter you. Through tongue, through vocal cord, words overflow out of you. Through the hand, you touch. But these are opening only in the outer world. Hindus have created beautiful stories. No one else could create such stories. It is said in the beginning of the creation, Brahma created the earth first. Earth is the daughter of the creator Brahma. When you create something, a son is born, he is your child. After earth was created, Brahma fell in love and started chasing the earth. To save itself from lust of her father, Brahma assumed many forms. Each time the earth assumed a new female form, the story says the creator assumed the counterpart male form. The West could not understand the relevance of such stories. But these stories are very significant. Hindus say even God, the part of Trinity, is worldly. Aurobindo says as far as awareness is concerned, man is higher than gods because man has awareness. These gods face the world. Brahma can fall in lust with his creation, for his creation, and that is what happens. Whatever you create, that is your offspring, you fall in love with that. You create a painting, you fall in love with that. You chase it. Brahma, this is the essence of this story, that whatsoever you create, you fall in love with it. You create a dish, you fall in love with it. You take the pictures of it, you highlight it, you tell everyone that you have created a dish, but you do not call it this. This is your offspring. Daughter means that which comes out of him. Man always falls in love with that, with his creation, whatsoever he creates. Is it not true with you? In any form, you may be a cook, you may be creating a dish, maybe you are creating a piece of writing, maybe you have created a painting, maybe you have created a song. Whatsoever you create, that is your offspring, your daughter, and you fall in love with that. That which is the outcome of your passion interests you. You start running behind your creation. You start preserving it. You start taking care of it. You write, you created a song, you fall in love with it, you cherish it, you save it, you do whatever you want to do. But if that does not happen, many times it happens, whatever I have written, after time, I do not know what has been written, that is finished. But now Facebook brings your past memories on a particular day, whatever you did on, whatever you posted on this particular day in different years will surface. Then I know, oh, this post was posted then. That which is the outcome of your passion that you have created, maybe a dish, maybe a design, maybe a writing, maybe something, interests you. That is what this Hindu story is trying to explain. Not that Brahma, the creator, first created the earth, then he fell in love with earth, that he started chasing the earth. Earth assumed a female form. Brahma assumed the counter male part, and a set of creation came up. Your gods are as bound by finiteness as man is. This is the reason that even Brahma, the creator, has to bow at the feet of Buddha, the awakened one. This is wonder of wonders. God can see the Trinity, the one who is behind that, but the Trinity cannot see him. This is strange, and not strange as well. Why the three cannot see? This is not strange, because how can three see one? The three can see one because each one of them is engaged in their own work. The creator cannot see, he created and finished. Someone else has to take care of it. In certain sense, we create, we take care of it, we give birth to a child, but maintenance of the child is not my responsibility. Child has to take care of himself on his own. The moment the three returns, three are no more, there is only oneness. Let me explain this further. Masters have constantly said that you can never meet God. The day you will meet God, you will be no more. Because the meeting, before the meeting, you will cease to exist. Your ego cannot meet God. The moment ego vanishes, your identity is lost. The drop has merged into the ocean. The moment drop is merged in the ocean, there is no more drop. So how can drop see the ocean? In its form as a drop, it cannot meet the ocean. The drop cannot meet the ocean. How can drop meet the ocean? How can there be a union between drop and the ocean? When drop merges in the ocean, when drop is no more, only then the meeting between drop and ocean is possible. Is it not true? The same thing happens. As you exist as a drop. Drop is ego, identity. Each drop that is falling from the river or from the cup that you are throwing the water has its separate identity, separate ego sense. In its form as a drop, it cannot meet the ocean. The moment drop comes to meet the ocean, immediately, that very moment, in that merger, it loses its identity. You are a drop, you want to meet the ocean, you can never meet the ocean as you are. The moment you are no more as an identity, you have become totality. Then it is no more drop. Instead, it is oceanic. There is no one to say that I am a drop. When a drop merges into the ocean, can it say that I am a drop and now I have merged into? The very dissolution in the ocean is disappearance of the identity as a drop. Unless this identity as a drop vanishes, the drop cannot become oceanic. There is no one to say that I am a drop. The drop is no more. In the final analysis, the micro is no more. Only the ultimate is. The same happens with Brahma, the creator, the sustainer, and the destroyer. The moment the journey is reversed, this is necessary for the sake of creation. You go in the kitchen, you perform the role as a creator, you are creating a dish, then you have to preserve the dish to serve it, and then the dish will finish. So you are performing the role of a creator, sustainer, and destroyer simultaneously in your kitchen. You come with your canvas, your paints, brush, you create a painting, then you have to do to save it, to nourish, to preserve it, then you dispose it off and you sell the painting because you are a professional painter. The journey begins homeward. The moment it begins, now you are returning. You are no more a painter, you are no more a sustainer, you are no more the one who has dissolved the painting. In the beginning, there was oneness. One got divided into three. Three got divided into many. Lao Tzu says, Tao that can be expressed is not Tao. It cannot be put into words, but when it manifests, it appears into myriad forms. And in the end of the journey, there is oneness once again. That is the object. You are many. You are a man, you are a woman, you are a white, you are American, you are Indian, you are Chinese, you are short, you are tall, you are dark, you are white. All these are different identities. Sometimes we call the people by different names. If person does not know your name, you are a short, they call you shorty, isn't it? If these are from that you are returning back. If you have to pay regards, then do it alone. To that alone who is. Nanak says you are paying regards to the Trinity, the Father or the Son or the Holy Ghost. None of these can see God. If you want to remember or pay regards, do this to the oneness alone. So there is oneness. When all the discordant elements, your heart, your mind, and its 5 instruments, outer and 5 inner, are one, then you have attained to oneness. He alone is the beginning and end and the middle. That oneness becomes into beginning, middle and end. That alone is and remains formless beyond time and space. But you cannot see this. You cannot you cannot gather courage to pay regard to him. So when somebody appreciates your dish, it appreciates the creator in you, not you as a person, not the one who is performing the role as creator, as a chef, cook to create that dish, or the painter to paint that painting. You cannot gather courage to pay regards to the one who is one because you have not known. All your respects are meaningful, and without any gain, you never bow. Both you and your gods are inflicted by desires. You seek and they fulfill your desires. That's why we go to this and that and so. This establishes a connection between you and God. All your prayers remain for worldly gains because both are worldly. Your prayers for Creator, be it Brahma or the Father or the Son or Holy Ghost, are all for worldly gains. You can seek one only when you are ready to leave the finite world and its affairs. Remember, only after attaining to oneness something can really happen to you. Many go on striving to attain nothing, yet still your eyes never open. The moment you reach the one, everything becomes possible. There are temples of this Trinity, but there is no temple of God. The Trinity is not God. Nanak gave a beautiful name to the temple. He called it Door of the Master. Door of the Master. You pass through the door. That is door alone. From door alone you can come in or exit. Door refers to transcendence. Door cannot be your resting place. Can you rest in the door? Through the door you come in and you can rest. You simply pass through the door. The door of the Master, the word that is used in Sikh terminology as Gurudwara. You pass through that. If the feeling has arisen in you to pay regards, heart is ready to pay regards, then do this to that oneness. Entire creation is his abode or the resting place. Also this creation is his storehouse. It was filled once, never to finish. The stock is perennial and can never come to an end. This is the Creator that goes on admiring his creation. Out of truth, only truth evolves. All salutation need to be directed towards him alone. He is in the beginning. He alone remains in the end. He is unheard, uncreated, beyond finiteness. He is formless. This formlessness is his garb. Truth evolves truth. Everything that belongs to him is truth. Truth alone is his manifestation. Falsehood can never give birth to truth. And all your creations will be like castle of cards, whatsoever you create. A slight breeze and the structure falls. Again, your creation will be like a paper boat that will certainly drown. The creation of ego will be false. All that he creates is truth. The day you will realize this, you cannot spend time in creating all that is false. Worldly means one that goes on creating the false. Yes, it has a certain purpose. When you create a dish, it has a purpose. But when it is finished, it is finished. And you are never aware of this falsehood. He alone is true, and all that he does is the manifestation of truth. First seek that which is truth. Anything done before this will lead to false. You have to seek oneness. You have to seek the witnessing. Otherwise, the life will remain a dream. There is only one thing worth remembering, that is truth. Recognize it. Seek it. Then all that happens will be nothing but extension of truth. You witnessing is the one that is the master key that helps you to seek that which is, and then out of that whatsoever manifests in whichever form is extension of that which is. Without witnessing, you will remain a dream within dream. This is how life goes on. We'll continue in subsequent sessions another journey. Until then, take care and do have a pleasant day.